Lecture 13. Now today's lecture's theme is phraseology, phraseological units or idioms. Now we are going to discuss the following questions. The first, phraseology, phraseological units or idioms. And the second question is principles of classification. Phraseological units. The vocabulary of a language is enriched not only by words but also by phraseological units. Phraseological units are word groups that cannot be made in the process of speech. They exist in the language as ready-made units. They are stable word groups characterized by a completely or partially transferred meaning and are compiled in special dictionaries. The same as words, phraseological units express a single notion and are used in a sentence as one part of it. American and British lexicographers call such units idioms. We can mention such dictionaries as Smith's Words and Idioms, a book of English idioms by Collins, and etc. In these dictionaries, we can find words peculiar in their semantics, that is idiomatic, side by side with word groups and sentences. In these dictionaries, they are arranged, as a rule, into different semantic groups. Idioms are widely used in standard spoken and written English today and can be defined as established and essential speech units with fixed and constant structures. An idiom is a combination of words that has a meaning that is different from the meanings of the individual words themselves. It is a phrase which does not always follow the normal rules of meaning and grammar. The famous linguist McMurdy says that many idioms are examples of strong collocations. For example, it is difficult to see why spill the beans should mean to give away secret information. The words and grammar that make up this idiom are almost impossible to change without changing the meaning. For example, to sit on the fence can literally mean that one is sitting on a fence. However, the idiomatic meaning of this phrase is that one is not making a clear choice regarding some issue. Many idioms are unique and fixed in their grammatical structure. The expression to sit on the fence cannot become to sit on a fence or to sit on the fences. Phraseological units or idioms, as they are called by most Western scholars, represent the most colorful and expressive part of the language's vocabulary. It reflects the notions, customs, facts, traditions of the past history. For example, dark horse, actually not a horse, but a person about whom no one knows anything definite, and so one is not sure what can be expected from him. It is connected with the British tradition to go horse races and the bet as to what horse can win the race. Often the race is won by an unknown horse, hence the expression dark horse. For example, a white elephant is not a person but a valuable object which involves great expense or trouble for its owner, out of all proportion to its usefulness or value, and which is also difficult to dispose it. This phrase came from interesting story. When the king Siam presented such elephants to the people whom he wanted to ruin because it was very expensive to have these animals in the household. Principles of classification. The idioms can be classified on the basis of different principles. The traditional and the oldest principle for classification is based on their original content, and it might be termed as thematic. On this principle, they are classified according to their sources of origin, referring to different spheres of human activity, life of nature, natural phenomena, and etc. Professor Smith distinguishes idioms connected with the sea, agriculture, wild and domestic animals, art, and etc. For example, in deep waters, that means in trouble. Couch potato, it means about a man who spends a lot of time watching television. Crocodile tears, insincere tears for effect only, and etc. English idioms have many colloquial expressions which, with parts of human body, they are called somatic phrases. For example, face to face, person to person. To lose one's head, panic, lose control. Under one's nose, very close, easily noticed. Easy on the eye, pleasant to look at, and etc. In modern linguistics, there is considerable confusion about the terminology associated with these word groups. Most Russian scholars use the term phraseological unit, which was first introduced by academician Vinogradov. There are many phraseological units, and the differences between them are also a lot. That's why it is important to say that phraseological units or idioms have different classifications based on their phraseology have been described by many authors. The most comprehensive are the doctoral theses of Amosova and Kunin. The detailed groups are given in the books on English idioms by Smith and Ball. The most significant theories advanced for Russian phraseology are those by Vinogradov.